Well folks, good evening, Peter back again, just on sundown on Tuesday evening. We've been helter-skelter the last day or two. We did some work on Tiny 2. We got it ready for Andrew to take. There was a couple of days work involved in that with changing transmission oil. I think there's about 230 litres of that just to get it all serviced up ready for him to go. There was some really stiff and tight hoses in it that like that. It's almost on a cold morning I reckon it'd snap. But anyway, so air cleaners, hydraulic hoses, plus more than what we've got there, but you know, maybe $2,000 worth of hoses, $1,000 worth of oil, other bits and pieces, just part of the big picture for these old girls. We took that one down, we serviced it down at the lease block, and we took it down to the development block, so it's ready to get its shoes changed over, and then should be right for Andrew to take when it works out. And then Tiny 1 we brought back to the home block because we reckon it was a good opportunity to give her an overhaul, not an overhaul but a general maintenance improvement, I guess. There's been lots of little niggling issues that we've been carrying, so we thought, well, good opportunity to try and clean some of them up. So leaking hoses, transmission leak, bad transmission leak, and on these things, that's the transmission that's sitting, they've got big circular thing on the back of it as transmission. So theoretically they're easy to get at, but not always necessarily that easy. We had to drop the tines out, the shanks, lower it right down. And I've been doing roadworks a bit. I've been trying to organise some of our crushed rock to put on our black dirt roads so we can get all-weather access at times. So that's the plan. And one of our good friends and partners in business has let us have a vibrating roller. So we've been using that to push the rocks down into the soil and smooth the road up. I'm just going for a walk here to see if I can get close to the sort of sunset shots that Matt does. But I think I might have just missed it. Anyway, I don't want to steal his thunder, do I? He's the sunset man. Well, a few minutes rest and I'm back again. Robbo's ute, he lost the water out of the radiator the other day, and anyway, we took it out, had a look at it, and it was only been in 18 months. And for some reason it developed a crack in the core, and so we got a new one under warranty. So that's just waiting to go in. Went a few little breakdowns today, so the boys are all busy doing other stuff. Anyway, hopefully that'll be going tomorrow. Phil's ute's in for some lower control arms. At the moment it's hard to get ball joints for these things, so you get the control arm with the ball joint, nearly as cheap as a ball joint. So it's just weird times. The Kelly chain, we're having trouble getting the bearings to refit the new style jockey wheel. So just bits and pieces all on the go at the one time. Anyway, lovely evening, nice and chilly folks. Just going past down to pick up Phil, and these are some of the cattle that the boys have got for them and their kids. It's a bit of therapy. So they hand feed them a little bit every night, some chickpea and some other stuff, and they're very friendly, and yeah, it calms the soul. So just on our way down, I thought I'd maybe show you what I'm doing, or trying to do with this road while the boys are off doing their thing. This quarry that we've got here is probably about 10 to 15% soil in it with the rock, and it's proving very, very good for stabilising causeways and roadworks and that sort of thing. You can see the consistency of it. It's a bit of, it's decomposed basalt, but it's very good. And we're going to try and box this crossing out a little bit, like cut in about 8 inches, and then fill it up with this rock and then compact it. So the rock was filled in down here last week. Robbo come in and levelled it out with the grader. Did a really good job. Haven't quite finished yet. Rain supposed to be coming on the weekend. We hope to have that, well, hopefully it'll work out so we can get that spread and pressed before the rain comes. It was very rough, but now it's still rough, I suppose, but much better, 90% better than what it was. So if we can get a little bit of earth and a little bit of gravel to go over and just top dress it, I think it'll make a huge difference. But I'm really happy with that now, because we can get road trains in and out in wet weather with this little bit completed. It was too tight a turn near Phil's house, so we've avoided that hopefully, and we'll see how that develops. Peter back again, having a bit of a crack today. Now we've got a young fella here, young Si. This is Si. Say hello, Si.
Gotcha.
Now, where's home for you, Si? Where do you live?
Coffs Harbour.
Coffs Harbour?
Yeah.
And you're here doing a bit of work experience. Si's been here 2 days, and he's very polite and respectful, and he's willing to have a go. He has a bit of a crack, so it's really good. And his favourite teacher recommended that he come out here. Who's your favourite teacher?
Oh, Mrs. Jackson.
That'd be my brother's wife, Ian's wife. So she teaches there, doesn't she? Yeah, so no, that's how that came about. But he's real good to have on board. So he came down, he's been, what was he doing? He was cleaning out the planter there earlier, cleaning the mud off it. He went with the agronomist, our agronomist today, did a bit of a run with him. And yesterday, what did we do yesterday?
I was on the planter.
On the planter, that's right. Yep. And so we just pulled up here. The neighbours have got going with their machine over there, and we're going to have a crack in the morning. So Phil's here hiding. Anything you want to share with us, Phil?
No, it's good to finish our sowing anyway, and now we're just on to the neighbours just to help them for the next lot of rain. So
yeah. No.
Then we can put them away for the year, hopefully.
It's been a tough few weeks, hasn't it? Months, hasn't it? And
yeah, it's been a bit drawn out.
Anyway, we're very thankful to God for the way it's all turned out. So anyway, folks, we'll see how we go. We might peel off for the night, I think.
Hi guys, Phil here. We just give you a bit of an update as to where we're at. Josiah's presently on the planter for the neighbour, putting in some late wheat, and we'll try and get that done today. I've been on this spreader for the last couple of days, spreading out urea fertiliser for the canola. Now, canola is highly dependent on nitrogen, and as you can see here, we've got yellow leaves, older leaves down the bottom that are going yellow and red and pink, and that's a classic symptom of low on nitrogen. So we thought there might be a bit of sulphur deficiency, but that normally attacks the younger leaves up the top, but you can't see that, and that's generally goes a bit red too. So at the current prices of canola at about $800 a tonne, and urea price double the cost of $1,500 a tonne, we're sort of hoping that this makes a difference. We're buying about 160 kilograms of urea, which works out to be about $250 a hectare, and at $800 for canola we'll need a yield increase of 0.3 or a bit better, so for the hectare. So it should easily do that. Canola really responds very well to nitrogen. So where we pre-applied with the hydrous ammonia 5-6 months ago, it's up the top there. You can see a darker colour and it's above the stubble line. that's a clear distinction as to what nitrogen actually does. It helps the plant tremendously. So we just, with this part of it, we were going to put it into chickpeas, and that's a pulse, so it was going to produce its own nitrogen. But with the current dilemma with the logistics of getting rid of chickpeas, it's been a bit hard. So we've had a contract for about 4 months now of getting rid of our chickpeas. We've got 650 tonne in the silos. We haven't been able to get rid of it yet. They're having trouble with containers and ships and all that sort of stuff, like everywhere else in the world. So much for a food shortage. We still can't get rid of the stuff that we've got in our silos. So we figured we'll grow something a bit more in demand, like canola this year, and we should be able to get it straight off the header and sell it. We've been trying to get to broadcast this urea out for the last month or so, but we have been too wet. So now's our time. Now, those that say that farmers aren't gamblers, I would probably disagree. See those clouds out there? We need about 10-15 mil of rain to wash in the urea into the soil, so then the roots can take it up to the plant. So if we get no rain, then $100,000 worth of urea won't be utilised, and if we get too much rain where it's waterlogged, we'll lose it to the atmosphere too. So it's a bit of a fine balancing act. Anyway, we'll get back into it. This is me mate Louie. He loves coming on the tractor with me, and he's a great little family dog. Anyway, we'll get cracking. Well, the rain has arrived. We're nearly finished our spreading and it's just picking up on the wheels. So it's fairly good timing. We'll see how much we get out of it. It's probably a mil or two at the moment, so hopefully we can get a bit more. But yeah, it's a good start anyway.
What are you up to? Got you again. What are you up to?
Alright.
I've just been roving around, doing bits of reports on bits of gear.
Yeah, righto.
Got anything to report?
You got Josiah's job tomorrow, cleaning that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Bit hard to climb up and down the stairs there, Phil.
Yeah, she was a bit of a trip hazard.
That was, we're putting out urea in the rain, weren't we?
Yeah, yep. I managed to get it all out.
Oh, that's good. And what do you think of the trenching bucket?
Yeah, very solid.
So, it says it only weighs a tonne. I thought it would weigh more than that.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's very narrow, I guess, but it's a lot of steel in it.
And that would easily dig a metre deep hole, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yep. Because the quick hitch is 550 wide, I think, and the trenching bucket's 450, so they call it a banana bucket where it's longer, and you can, I think I requested a metre deep we wanted to go, so they make sure that the quick hitch doesn't interfere with the trench.
Yeah, right. Well, it almost looks like, just from the look of it, that you might get a metre and a half.
Yeah, if you scooped
use the teeth as your depth. Yep. Oh well, we'll go and have a look at that. Righto. And we've just in the last couple of days, Matt's had another little daughter to add to his family, and so if you see some of his footage, the drone's a bit wobbly and his commentary sounds a bit confused, it'll probably be lack of sleep amongst other things. Anyway, so that's the new trenching bucket. I think it took about 3 months to get built, but it's a nice looking bit of gear. Yeah, so anyway, it's been made to fit the digger that we have. I'm not sure, that's the plate on it, I'm not sure, maybe that's trenching bucket. Nearly 1100 kilos. So anyway, that will be really helpful for doing trenching the power, the water. Still waiting for parts for this thing. You would think that Australian made shouldn't be so difficult to get, but it is proving difficult everywhere to get to bits and pieces. So everyone's struggling at the moment, and we just got to be patient and thankful. So that's what we'll do.